Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a daily message for you again today. The three-dimensional matrix linear time date is September 7th, but the readings are meant to be timeless. So no matter when you come across this video, there's something in it here for you. If you're drawn to it, if you're called to watch this video, there's something in it for you. Even if it's just a split second of some sort of light code that you've downloaded, that's what you needed from this video. So don't attach yourself to time. I really just put the dates on here so that I can refer back to them later, you know, go back and watch the daily message from September 7th or whatever it was. We can also tap into the energy of what cosmically was going on and astrologically was going on that date. We can look back on it, and they're telling me that there's something astrological going on today that's important that I don't know about. I hear Mercury. I hear something about Mercury. I don't pay enough attention to the daily astrology and what's happening when there are big events coming and portals opening and things like that. I know how important they are, but my ADD brain can't hold all of the massive amounts of information that go into kind of interpreting astrology and things like that. But what they're telling me is there's something important going on today that's going to go into this message. So look into that. If you guys know what it is, something about Libra also, being in Libra season, going into Libra season. We're in Virgo. I don't know, but I hear Libra. So if you're a Libra sign, if you're Libra moon, that's what they're telling me. If you're a Libra moon, they're pointing out that I'm a Libra moon. Thank you. There's something going on that just keep your eyes open. Look for a video. Whatever videos you're watching, you're going to be guided to the information that you need for the astrology that's happening today to contribute to this message. It was a little roundabout information, but okay, thank you very much. Okay, so any other housekeeping? I'm just wanting to remind you that I updated my availability for any of the services that I offer, for one-on-one sessions, for healings, for things like that, up through the beginning of October. So if you're looking to book a session with me, the sessions are filling up pretty quickly. There's not that many left. So now is the time, they're saying. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time. Don't let anything hold you back from your own healing. September is a really powerful month for shifting the momentum from, there's like little aspects of shadow, tiny aspects of shadow that are holding you back. There's just this little thing, this one little thing that needs to be let go of in order to launch forward, to create the momentum to move forward. Not even just in a small way and, you know, start moving. It's almost just like the rubber band, this is what I see. The rubber band is being pulled back, it's being pulled back, it's being pulled back. And then once it's let go, it's not a slow release. It is not a slow, like, oh, okay, now we're just trucking along. It's a launch. And so whatever it is that's holding you here in your shadow, you're so close to really pushing through that veil and launching yourself forward. This connects with the card that I pulled today, Walking Away. This is from, if you don't know already, this is from the Energy Oracle cards deck. And there's a card left in the deck. That's no coincidence, just one. Action. Okay. So, walking away. And walking away, they're telling me, is movement. It's action. There is whatever it is that is holding you back is really you. It's you. It's a subconscious version of you from your past, from your shadow, that holds you back from really, really moving forward, from creating this action, from really like this, oh, sorry. I can't figure these out because they're all backwards. This horse right here is the shadow energy. This is the light energy. Let's just take it, as simply as we can. This is black, this is white, this is dark, this is light, this is shadow, this is light. This shadow energy is really moving pretty slowly, a lot slower than what the light is. It's denser, it's heavier, it is slower. It's lower vibrational. So the vibration of it is slower. It moves slower. We want to be in the high, fast vibration. We want to be launching ourselves forward. What it is that's making this so slow is some sort of shadow, and it's meant to be there. It is meant to be there so that this launch is not, so that it's still, we always have some kind of contrast. We always have something to learn from. We always can see how fast we're going in comparison to how slow this energy moves. It gives us a frame of reference for how fast we really are moving. So, but it's almost like we're unnecessarily being slowed down. This is always going to be there, but there's something that we are attached to. It's like a fear of really moving forward, of really moving out of the past. There's, bing, I don't know what that was, a message coming in. I just hear that motorcycle outside. So there's a song that I had in my head right before this too. It's called Chasing You by Morgan Wallen. It's a country song. And I had to look up the lyrics right before this. And I just kept hearing it over and over again. The still chasing you, chasing you like a shot of whiskey, burning, going down. There's an energy from the past, shadow from the past, that's kind of still attached to you. It's still kind of following you. There's an energy there that it's almost like you're wanting to take off, but it's always going to be attached there. It's always going to be moving just a little bit slower. The energy here is moving slower. There is someone that you are connected to. There's someone that you're thinking of right now that is just moving slower than you are. And waiting for that person to catch up just slows you down. The waiting is not what helps them to catch up. It actually slows them down too, because you're essentially doing some of the work for them by waiting for them. Holding space for a person does not mean waiting for them. It does not mean holding yourself back. And part of the mirror of that energy, what they're mirroring to you, them going slower than you, is the energy of you holding yourself back. Your waiting is you holding yourself back from being your fullest light, from being fully you, from stepping into your future, stepping into your now, and allowing yourself to be ahead of the game and in your light more than this other person is. So that's either it's in relationships. It can be in a romantic relationship. It can be in a friendship. It can be it can have to do with your family members. It could be that you're watching this video and you resonate with the fact that you've been giving all of this information to your mother or to your sister, and you can just see you're so powerful, your light is so powerful, and you draw these people to you in order to help them or to plant these seeds for them, but it's frustrating for you because they don't necessarily take your advice right away, or you don't see the result for them of stepping into that information and taking your advice and knowing what is best for them and moving forward. You don't see right now them moving forward, and it's frustrating for you because you want them where you are. You want them to know what you know. You want them to be in the truth as much as you are in the truth. But what a lot of us are meant to do is plant the seeds and move forward. Plant the seeds and move forward. There are meant to be flowering plants, people awakening at many different levels, at many different times, in order to keep it flowering, in order to keep the momentum of awakening happening. So you are further along on your timeline than they are. They are not meant to be up where you are. They're not meant to be going as fast as you're going either, because you have a different role. You have a different job. You are planting seeds for other people. And the more that you wait to, it's like you're standing there, you've planted the seed, and you're standing there looking at the dirt, waiting, just waiting to see something, to see some sort of momentum, to see some sort of movement, to see it like breaking the surface. But that's not your job. It's not your job, and it just stops you from planting all of those other seeds. The light that you carry, the codes of light that you carry are meant to be spread. If you are resonating with it, you are a very powerful light worker that is meant to, and starseed, they're wanting you to pay attention to your starseed roots. And this is part of what I was talking about in the beginning, astrologically, something about your starseed origins and what it is that you're meant to do. Pleiadians, that's what it is. The Pleiadians came here in order to seed the earth. And what you're doing is seeding the earth with your light. You have to keep moving forward. You have to keep planting those seeds for more people to wake up and more people to wake up. It's not your job to carry them on your back. It's not your job to push them every step of the way. They have to learn how to step into their own light, and they will when you get out of the way. So if this is about a romantic relationship, if this is about a divine relationship, if this is about twin flames, it is not your job to do the work for your counterpart. The feminine is meant to lead with her intuition and with her light, and the masculine will follow. He is leaning into that, and he is being led by it, but he does it in a different way. His path looks different. We are meant to plant the seeds and keep moving, keep moving. It's up to whoever that seed is to water it, to allow the sun to come into their own information, to create that movement on their own. 12/12 on my recording. It has something to do with December. The December portal, the 12/12 portal. There's something else about that too. So one of the things that holds you back, one of the things that keeps you from moving forward is the fear of walking away. The fear that you are walking away. The fear that you're abandoning these people then. That if I move forward, I'm abandoning everything I've ever known and the connection that I have with these people. And I know that I was meant to be a way shower for this person, or that, this person is my divine counterpart. How can I move forward without them? I'm actually wanting to move towards them. Why would I be moving away from them? Why would I be launching forward and not waiting for them? Aren't I moving towards them? Yes. But moving towards them does not mean moving backwards. It does not mean waiting. It does not mean slowing yourself down. It does not mean holding yourself back. The more you hold yourself back, the more they hold themselves back. So the more that you are in your authentic light, the closer you get to the energy of union and united consciousness. That's really what we're shooting for. And so the closer you get for that, the more we plant the seeds of that. The more that we learn, the more that we expand, the more light that we download, the more light that is in the seeds that we plant as we go along. If you think of the stream of light that follows you around, it's this trail, this wake of light that you spread as you make your way through your everyday life. Every time you download more light, more of that and more of the codes of that knowledge and that consciousness and that understanding is in that wake of light that people that are a little bit further behind you, that they are absorbing and that they're picking up on. They have to walk into that. They have to follow it, but you have to face forward and just continue to feed your light body with even more light. There are some people in your life that you need to walk away from. You need to walk away from whatever it is that's holding you back. If there is something in your life that completely or continuously causes you fear or upset or heartache or heavier denser energies, every time you think of this person or your connection with them, or there's this longing, or there is this chasing energy, chasing you like a shot of whiskey, it's holding you back. That's where you are holding yourself back, because there's a fear that if you move forward, that means that you are walking away, you're leaving them behind. It's hard for me to explain what it is that I'm seeing right now. You essentially are not leaving them behind you. They just are right now a little bit further behind you. It's us facing forward and allowing them to create their own momentum, to catch up, to level up, to make their way to us, to where that information is. And sometimes the energy of this person, this person that you're have a fear of leaving behind, that you have a fear of walking away from, a lot of times it has to do with the mirrored energy of you. You're leaving behind the old version of you that was their mirror, that was in that lower consciousness. You were with them at a time when you were at the same place. It wasn't always that you were moving ahead. You guys were at the same place here, but now you've launched forward. And so it's time to leave that mirror, that version of yourself behind. If that person takes off and catches up with you, they were meant to. And if not, there's another horse on the other side of this card right here that you are catching up to. What if that's you are the black horse here and your white horse is sitting right here in front of you and you're racing to catch up with that person, with that energy, whoever that is. That's something that you have to consider too. Anything that holds you back, any kind of energy that holds you back, is something that you need to be walking away from now, without the fear that you're leaving something behind. You are always meant to be moving forward. We are always ascending. We are always moving forward and being guided. As long as you allow your feminine energy, your intuition, your knowing to guide you, you will never go wrong. That's always your path. You're always doing exactly what you need to be doing. And honestly, they are too. The pace that they're going at is the pace that they have chosen, and that's what they're meant to be doing right now too. It could be that that person has a very important lesson for you about creating boundaries and not allowing yourself to hold yourself back. They're teaching you that lesson, and you are teaching them a lesson too. You are playing a role in their life as well about not holding yourself back, about not doing the work for them. It's helping them to understand how to move forward on their own. It's building them up. You holding yourself back is not doing them any favors either. So there's something very, very important right now that you need to walk away from. And what I hear is fear. You need to walk away from the fear of walking away. What is it that you're so afraid of? She's looking back here and she's kind of longing. There's an energy of longing. What if she looks forward? What if she looks forward? Look at everything that is ahead for her. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to the past. It's time to release the past. It's time to stop allowing your inner child, the one who is locked in trauma energy, that's so afraid to move forward, that's so afraid that her being herself is going to mean that she's alone because people leave her when she is herself. It's time to stop allowing that version of you to be holding you back. It was slower. It was a lower consciousness. You were in a lower consciousness. And if there is a person in your life still chasing you, the energy of them, the ghost of them still chasing you, That's the version of you that's trying to teach you a lesson. It's the version of you that had such a hard time letting go. So it's time to start doing that. Okay? It's time to see the positive. Look at how energized this horse is. It's so interesting. So I've had my camera on long enough that it just went in, which is so weird because it's running right now. Just went into screensaver mode and it just blacked out. So the whole screen just went black. There's something I was talking to my Divine Masculine about yesterday. It's so much easier to sit in the darkness, to sit in and connect with people as far as suffering and commiserating kind of together. It's easier to connect in with heavier, sad, trauma energies because it's what we've known. It's what that old version of us has always known our entire lives. It's so much harder to connect in with positivity and love and purity and really powerful, joyful energy. It's so hard to connect with joy because at some point in our lives, when we were children especially, we had joy, and that joy was ripped out from underneath of us. And all of a sudden we were thrust into these heavier traumatic energies that rocked us to our core. And so we have a fear. That's what part of this is. We have a fear of feeling joy because the other shoe is going to drop. At some point it's going to be taken away. So we guard ourselves from fear because of the fear of joy. We guard ourselves from joy. We guard ourselves from feeling love because love always hurts us. Love hurts. At some point it's going to be taken away. At some point. Not looking at the positive aspects of when that love was taken away or when that situation happened. So much good came from it afterwards. Once we healed it, once we could see it. Look at that situation. Look at that energy from these eyes, from this level of consciousness, and shine the light on it. Change your story. Rewrite your story. Whatever that situation is that we're talking about right now, the thing that holds you back from allowing yourself to feel joy, whatever it is that makes you fear joy, look at that situation and feed it with positive energy. What can you see about that situation now that ended up being so positive for you? That person left your life. What did you get out of it that was positive, though? If they hadn't left, I still would have been in these codependent patterns. And I wouldn't have been able to function on my own, and I wouldn't have created this business, and I wouldn't have been this, whatever it is, whatever your positive is for that situation. Feed it with positive now. Change that story. Feed it with positive and stop leaning into the fear that keeps you connected to the past and not leaning into joy. Lean into joy and happiness and love and continuously feed it with that. Okay? Walk away from the shadow and walk into the light. If there's a person from your past who is still chasing you, it's the shadow of them that is still chasing you. Walk away from that completely. Cut all ties to that and just feed it with positive energy. I'm walking away from you now. I am so grateful for the experience of you, for the experience I had while I was with you. I'm grateful for you ghosting me because that showed me my own resilience. It helped me to tap into 5D energy that maybe was not about you. It was more about me. And I'm so grateful to have tapped into my higher self and the masculine version of my higher self. I'm so grateful for you for ghosting me because I never would have gotten to that, or I never would have been able to see that without you mirroring that to me. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. Now I move forward into whatever is next. Okay? If you need help with that positive aspect of that, start shifting into that. Start listening to affirmations. Start listening to guided meditations that are affirmations. Start researching the law of attraction. Start listening to Abraham Hicks. Really start feeding yourself with all of those positive words that are hard for us to come up with when we are used to sitting in the shadows and when we fear that joy and happiness and things like that. And start getting it from other places. There are so many people out there that are feeding us with positive information and positivity and those thoughts, the thoughts that you can reprogram the fear with. And just start listening to those. And then it's just going to start coming to you. And then it's going to be second nature. And then you can sit down and meditate and tell yourself those things every single day. Stand there and look in the mirror and start reciting all of these positive things to yourself. Listen to a guided meditation that are affirmations while you're standing there looking in the mirror. Solar plexus purging, which has been happening for the last couple of days. This is a real, immense, intense time of self-love, self-worth restructuring, and the grids tapping back into the energy grid of joy and purity and understanding the depth of our essence, seeing your own essence. Stand in that mirror, look in the mirror, and listen to those affirmations. And say them in your head to yourself. Just that person is saying them to you, you are saying them to you. I am beautiful. I am divine. I am exactly where I need to be. Things are always working out for me. I am so grateful for this life. I am present. I am here. I am still. I am beautiful. I am light. I am love. I am energy. I am you. I am me. I am us. I am united. I am in union. I am love. Get into a rampage of those for yourself every single day, whether you believe them or not. That's when we can help to rely on the words from the other people, from these guided meditations or whatever it is. They can feed those to us. They can give us the words. Sometimes that's how kids are too. It's like we're feeding our inner child with the knowledge. Sometimes kids are trying to express something. They just don't have the words to explain it. And so we kind of give them the words. Say, I'm feeling upset. Or instead of hitting that person, use your words. And they don't know the words, so we give that to them. Instead of hitting them, say, what you did really upset me. Or whatever it is. So give yourself the words until you are able to just know the words from your heart. Okay? Use that as an exercise in order to really help yourself release the cords, the karmic cords and bindings from the past, and walk away from whatever shadow energy that is that's holding you back. Okay? For everybody, it's going to be something different, but it's time. It's time. Okay? I love you guys. If you made it this far in the video, I want you to put a butterfly emoji down in the comments, and I'm going to pick just a couple of you and pull some cards for you in right there in the comment section, just to say thank you for making it this far in the video and supporting me and supporting the channel. Okay? Love you guys. Talk to you tomorrow.